somebody be like, can I see your ID? And baby, it ain't just a state ID. Your girl got a license, like, here you go. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Yes y'all, I'm back with a video. So I wanted to come to y'all. This video, it's like an encouraging video. It's a inspiring video. It's an informative video. It's a lot. But this video, I'm coming to y'all based upon getting your license after 30. But it could be getting your license at any age, but especially like out of your teens. Like, let's say I say over 25, because I feel like to get your license between the age of, some states let you get at 15, but like 16 to about 20, I'll say 24. I don't think people really would look at you different. But like the standard of getting your license of the age and what you're supposed to get it. But as everybody know, I'm 36. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm 36. You know, this totally Toya versus Latoya. I reside in the city of Chicago. I reside in Illinois and whatnot, but I just want to make a video and just show and tell y'all my steps and just try to keep you encouraged. So in all actuality, y'all, I was supposed to get my license in 2020. I had made plans in 2019. I was going through a lot of stuff in 2019 that still has affected me in 2021. Like, but I'm goody. I'm getting better. I've coped with some things. I've got over some things, but I was going through a lot of stuff, and it had been a trickle down from stuff that happened like with work and my personal life, goals I wasn't hitting, me being or feeling like I was lazy and I couldn't get out of my mediocrity. I couldn't get out of my my own way, and I kept bumping heads in the same type of situations, and it was starting to take a toll on me, like financially, mentally. You know, I was still functioning, I was still getting by, because that's what I've been programmed to do. That's what we do. But yeah, 2020, I thought when 2020 came in, it was gonna be a year of my redemption. And I was like, yeah, when 2020 come in, I'm getting my license, I'm doing this, I'm getting me a car, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do that. And then it was like, I was still sick in 2020 from 2019. I don't know if I had COVID. I always said I wanted to take the test to see did I ever have it, and I'm going to do it because I always wondered, did I? From how I still get certain symptoms and how I still feel and what I went through. Like, but I didn't start getting healthy until March of 2020. And so I remember my first outing in 2020 was for my friend's birthday. He had a birthday party, and it wasn't so far from my job at all. And I remember going home, getting ready, and I'm like, still had like my little cough, but I had been sick since December, y'all. I had been sick since December. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, I've never been sick this long. I don't understand what's going on. And I remember me and my best friend getting ready, and we getting dressed, and we're walking around singing, playing music. I'm doing her makeup, I'm doing my hair, she doing her hair and stuff, and she at my house, and we just vibing. And I was like, man, I hope I don't cough. Man, I just hope I don't have no attack, you know. But I had to quiet as kept. I had my whole inhaler. I was on 2 inhalers by March. But at that time, I was only on 1. And so, I remember that was my first outing. And then my second outing and my last outing really in the beginning of 2020 was February, the weekend of Valentine's weekend. Me and my co-worker, BFF, she know who she is. we had decided we was going to, she saw the free event and she was like, we going here, you want to go here, y'all want to do this? So me, her, and some other people, we turned up. Like, we had a ball. Like, when I say I enjoyed myself, and we thought we was gonna go to another party and have a ball, but they was doing that, which I hate that our people treat us like that, but they was doing that discrimination type of stuff. My brother did not look like none of the guys that came in. They wasn't with us or nothing. And I wasn't gonna leave my brother and my sister-in-law because they was gonna let all the girls in and let the guys stay outside. So I'm like, no. So me, my brother, and my sister-in-law went out to eat later on for like a breakfast spot. I think it was like Huck Finn. That was like what was open. It was after like 12 o'clock, whatever. And then the next day we were supposed to go out, but we didn't. And that was my last time being out until my best friend's birthday, which was in October. So y'all, all that time I had started my YouTube channel because that was one of my goals. And I kept saying, I want my license. I want my license. I'm tired of sitting around. I'm tired of waiting on people. Uber is extremely high now. Like, you can't go nowhere. Like, Uber is high as hell. So I'm just like, okay, whereas there were this amount of money to go up here, I now 2 or 3 times as much. And I'm just in my head like, well, okay, I'm not spending some amount of money because I'm working from home or whatnot. So let me just make sure I got my money up for my Ubers, because you know I don't have to pay for CTA no more, because that was like $100 every week almost. So it was like whatever. So, well, $100 a month. I'm sorry, because it was like over $100, because it's about $25 to $30 every week. So that was some money in my pocket. And I was just like, okay. So I had worked out. I had started getting healthy, which I got to get back on my workout journey. I started gaining weight. But out of all this stuff, I still was feeling like, damn, I still want my license. I still want to drive. I still want this. But I have the biggest fear. So this is really a video of people who have a fear of driving. So my fear of driving was always, I never wanted to cause an accident or be the reason why something happened. And it was like trying to watch everything that's happening and trying to keep up with the flow was always hard for me. And I always describe it, the feeling that I could best give anybody is when I was accelerating, it would be a feeling of how somebody would feel if they're scared of rides. And it's weird because, you know, I'm just in the car driving, but it feel like that same feeling like as you getting taken up by like a giant drop and your body is just, or if you swinging in a swing and you go too high, like that's how I felt with accelerating in a car. So I have had that fear since I was 16, and that was one thing that happened soon. I got into a bad car accident, which I had mentioned in the video. When I had did the video, like get to know me video, and it wasn't my fault. It was a 3 or 4 car pile up, and a person like literally like they was arguing and cursing each other out. I remember this Caucasian dude got out the car, was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and I was just looking like, what's finna happen? And what was so crazy was I always had, this is my second time taking range, y'all. I had to take range for summer school, because at my school we had a range, and other people would even come to my school because we had a park district, and they would take their driving classes there as well, or swimming. Like, my high school was so dope. Like, I don't care what nobody say. The high school I went to, Go Condors, was one of the best high schools ever. So anywho, I remember I was already pissed because I'm like, everybody else got their license but none of my friends had our license. Like, none of my friends. Now I think about it, like, none of my friends had our license. I guess we all had our own fear of driving, but like none of my friends really was driving. Like in high school we was not driving. My best friend probably got her license when she turned 21, I think 20 or 21. And then it trickled down to my other friends getting their license that's close to me. The only friend that I had that really had her license at like 16, 17 was my other friend who had left school. And she went to an all-girls school. So, anywho, y'all, I remember being in the car. I didn't even get a chance to go fully up a block. We were stopped at a red light. And boom. And I was okay. I didn't feel bad. The girl that was with me, she felt bad. But at that time I didn't. But the next day when I woke up, I felt like crap. Like my whole entire body was hurting. Like when I say body yada 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 was hurting, like my neck, my back, my legs, like everything. And so from that point on, I think I drove one more time, and I still wanted to drive. I even supposedly had a car. Like my mama had 2 cars. She's like, when you turn 16, you know, you can have this car. And I was waiting to drive the car and everything, and I was waiting for my father to give me lessons. But I don't know. He said that I never drove again. I said that he never took me out. We both got some truth and not some truth to our story. So it is what it is. But one thing I want to say is getting your license has to be something that's for you. Because if it's not really for you, you may not get it. And when I say that, I say that with my first attempt of trying to get it as an adult, I failed myself, because even though I said I wanted my license and I thought I was ready, I wasn't fully ready. But I wanted to be in a state where I could make myself look like I did it and be like, I did it, I finally got it. But I also wanted to, like, not even impress, but make my brother proud. Because my brother was the main person that always came to me and was like, you want to drive? Everybody else had got their license one by one. So he had came to me asking me. So I was pretty much like, yeah, I want to drive. But what I should have said was, yeah, I wanted to drive, but I don't know if I'm quite ready. And I didn't have that integrity to say that. I don't even say the words integrity. I didn't have that boldness to say that, as bold as I am, because I think it came from my younger brother, and me being the oldest, I felt like if I said I wasn't ready, I would be looked at as weak, and I can admit that. So first thing to me is, when you want to get your license, make sure it's for you. Especially like if you don't have no children, because I know that's another great motivation behind doing things, is having children. But make sure it's for you. Make sure it's something that you want to do, because when it's something that you have a goal for, I think in a lot of ways you try to hit that goal harder than something that you're feeling forced to do. Or you feel like you want to do it, but your heart's not in it. I won't even say forced. I say your heart's not fully in it. Your mind might be telling you one thing, but if your heart not in something, your heart and your mind have to align. I believe that with all my heart. Also, learn the rules of the road. Pick up you a book. Just sit back. Y'all, YouTube is so great for finding out stuff. Like, when I tell y'all, I was watching videos, I was doing tests. This is just to get my permit, y'all. But the video stuff, like, please make YouTube a good basis for where you find information. Because some of these videos that you've seen, they giving you tips. It was so many things that I learned that I didn't learn through a driving school. I didn't learn from nobody really showing me how to drive. But I learned by trying to pick up things from watching videos and seeing what could help me feel more comfortable. Give yourself positive affirmations. Tell yourself that you can do it. Like, I woke up every day 4 o'clock. Before I even did that, when I got my permit, I was talking to myself, Toya, you're going to be an Illinois state licensed driver. You're going to be driving. You're going to get your license. Like, I was telling myself this. I was picturing myself driving. I was picturing music that I was playing while I was driving. So you have to, like, really put yourself in it. And then it was like, for me, time was of the essence, because I'm like, I don't know what will happen, if something else gonna shut down, what's gonna happen, and I don't want to be having no backlog or backpedaling. I got my permit. So when you're taking that permit test, y'all, the permit test is not hard, but it is a lot of stuff on there that you need to know. And that's why I still want to read my book now, because I'm still trying to figure out rules of the road and more things, because that's just a little synopsis of, that's just the bare minimum. Like, driving is a lifetime thing, and you have to grow in it. Also, Those tests on YouTube and stuff, they're good. Like, go to those type of websites. Go by your city, state, because I went by mine. They had tests for Chicago, because every city, state is different. It's different rules. Like, where I'm from, 30 might be our speeding, 35 might be somebody else's, 30 might be this, or if you're in the school zone, it's this. Like, it's so different. So make sure that you're looking at the accuracy of the state that you're in. And even if they have the city, they have my city, so I looked at a lot of city quizzes. Believe in yourself. Have your close friends and family that you could depend on. Pray for you, because you're going to need prayer. Pray for yourself. Believe in yourself. Well, and no matter who you pray to, whatever you believe in, manifest that and claim it, and just know that you can do it. Once you get your permit, then it's time to get your license. Pretty much, I would say don't wait long time periods in between. If it ain't nothing stopping you from COVID, don't wait, because when I tell y'all, that's going to make your process even longer. Also, if you've already had driver's lessons, hello, hey there. Okay. Bye-bye. Sorry, y'all. That was my daddy. But, also, make sure you don't leave a long period between getting your license and your permit and your license. Because once you do that, you're definitely going to either not get it, or it's not going to be in the time frame in which you wanted it. What else? I see my camera wants to go dumb, and it's showing that my battery low. But also make sure that when you're getting into your license, if you have had driving lessons before from a school, try to see, can you find somebody who can devote their time to helping you. Because from my experience, from the driving schools that I've been to, I did one driving school as an adult, and I don't feel like they made me feel comfortable, y'all. I just don't. I don't feel like I was gonna pass. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel nothing. Like, it was just like I was just doing it to be doing it. And I just feel like when I took lessons, like my cousin actually took me out, let me do this, let me drive, gave me the courage to do it, I felt so much better. Like, I never felt that comfortable behind the wheel. So you have to feel comfortable. So I would say, if you've never taken driving lessons, then try to find you an instructor. Go to a driving school. But if you already know what a driving school has done, and they pretty much didn't make you feel comfortable, try to find you another one, or try to find somebody that you trust that knows how to drive to get you to where you need to be. Also, be able to take criticism. Be able to open up yourself to it. I had an incident where I couldn't, like, I wasn't parking right, and I got pissed off and I couldn't receive it. And I literally had to tell my cousin, like, I don't want you to feel like this against you, but I can't take in information when I'm frustrated. And it was like, I had to come back and, like, regroup. And it's okay to have those moments, because you're not snapping. Don't snap on the person. Be mad in that moment. Tell that person how you feel. Tell that person how you handle your anger, or, you know, your shortcomings, so they can know. And that's nothing that you might not get with a driving instructor. Also, I feel that even while you're taking driver's lessons, look at those YouTube videos. Look at your Rules of the Road book. Learn the road. Learn different things. Learn, you know, them white lines. Because taking a test and just writing it and applying it is different from actually being out there. Y'all, even when you discourage, pray. Even when you encourage, pray. If you're going through emotions, just go through those emotions. I came home every day crying. And I didn't cry tears of, like, total sadness. I couldn't believe how good I felt behind the wheel. I couldn't believe that my well, excuse me, y'all, my heart wasn't racing. I wasn't scared to accelerate. Like I said, I would look up, I'd be at like 45, 40, almost 50. Like, what? Like, I was excited and I was thankful, and I would come in, I would literally pray and just thank God and just have my moment with him and just say, God, thank you. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. And the prayers that I was praying was like really, really helping, because, whoo, Lord, I was scared to drive. What else? Make sure that you're comfortable with yourself. And when I say that, I mean you know you can make a mistake, but you don't beat yourself up about it. You know you a first time driver. People that have been driving for years make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So just relax the best you can. Not weed, not liquor, relax. Not while driving, y'all. Not first time anyways. But whatever them people that been driving do, that I guess. But just relax. Just try your best to continue to give yourself positive affirmations. And also, if you can, try to look at like what's the rules. Go to a familiar place, look up your facilities. If you don't feel like you can be at the top tier one that give people their license, go to the other one. I did get my license, but I went to a facility that all my, you know, pretty much my family went to. It was in Midlothian. People were saying don't go there. I started saying stuff because everybody else like that's a great place to start to get your license, but other people was like, nah, they got some bad instructors, this, that, and that. So I didn't know, y'all, but I was like, well, I'm gonna pray that I get a great instructor. And when I tell y'all, God blessed me with the most calmest, coolest guy. His name is Chris. I absolutely adore Chris. Chris gave me so many tips, and he made sure, and me and my cousin kept looking because it was taking so long. We was getting scared and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on? But God blessed me with the right person to give me my license, y'all. So believe in the process, believe in your progress as well. Also, I would say make sure y'all keep y'all seatbelt on, because baby, that seatbelt ain't on, that's you failing. I kept forgetting to put on my seatbelt when I was like learning how to drive from time, because it didn't feel like when nothing on me. Like when the seatbelt on me, it don't feel like I got on nothing. Y'all, put that seatbelt on, baby, because when I tell y'all that seatbelt not being on, you gonna be looking crazy. Like, what in the sand heck is this? Like, seriously. And I've seen that happen to people by watching YouTube. Like, oh, you fell because you didn't have on your seatbelt. And in your head, you're like, I put on my seatbelt and I get in a car. But when you're nervous already, and when you're going through something, like you ain't thinking about that seatbelt, or somebody starts talking to you, distract you, you ain't thinking about that seatbelt. Because driving has not become your norm. People that drive every day and use their seatbelt, that's their norm. It's just like 9 times out of 10, if I get in somebody's car, I'm used to being the passenger, I always putting on my seatbelt. If I forget to put on my seatbelt, I got distracted. Something happened. But 9 times out of 10, I'm putting it on. So yeah, make sure you put on your seatbelt. Make sure you know where everything is, because they're going to ask you to put on the left turn signal, the right turn signal. They might ask you to do your windshield wipers. They might ask you to, they're going to ask you for your brakes. They want to see your brake lights. What else? And then they're going to ask you to do it again, because they're going to walk in the back to make sure your signal is on in the back. Even though they sit in the front, they want to make sure they sit in the back. What else did they ask me to do? I'm not sure, dang. I'm not sure, sorry y'all. I ain't trying to do that. I accidentally hit my tripod. But they're going to ask those things. What else are they going to ask? They're going to ask, I'm trying to think. It's like that's all he really had me do. Oh, beep your horn. They want you to beep your horn. Things of that nature too. So yeah, you're going to have to know those particular things as well. Also, you have to take the time to breathe and relax. If you get an instructor that is like an a-hole, just try your best to deal with them. And if you can, report them and talk about them on the internet and let them know, like, this person was rude, disrespectful. They discouraged me with driving. They wasn't open to this or that. I seen a couple of mean looking people when I was up there. I was just like, please don't get in my car. Please don't get in this car with me, please. And they did. What else? What's another thing that I could tell y'all? Keep working. Because I still, you know, you still work on your parking, still work on things so you could perfect them once you get your license, because you still got to go out in these streets and drive for everybody else. So as long as you can. And I also want you to know that nobody is going to be like a perfect driver. Not your first time driving. You are not going to be perfect. Even probably if you took years off and you're trying to come back because, you know, your license expired or something like that, and now you have to go all over again and get a license. You're never going to be 100% of who you was to begin with. But once, like, everything becomes repetition, so you would definitely find it out. I'm working on finding the car that I absolutely want. I'm not sure because I'm thinking, like, do I want an SUV? Because that's what I felt the most comfortable in and whatnot. Or do I want a regular car? Whatever I get, I'm just praying that it's safe. It's for me. It's something that I want. It's something that I'm going to find my use in and my use for. But, like, do not be discouraged, y'all. Please don't. Man, woman, please don't be discouraged. Whoever see this video, like, getting your license, like I said, over 30 is possible. But getting your license over the age of, I say, 25, or because I feel like between, again, I say 15 for some people, 16 for most, to about 24, you still are going through a lot. Like, you got college, you got this, like, you still are growing as an adult. And usually once you hit 25, people usually be like, that's when you start seeing the majority of different things. There may be times where people want to start a family, or, you know, so there might be a time you buy your first home too. Like, you want to be able to venture out and go places and do things on your own. That's another thing with driving. Once you learn how to drive, you have a newfound freedom, because I appreciate every single individual, whether it was my siblings, it was my cousins, my best friend, men who I've dated or been in relationship with, whoever came and picked me up, and my co-workers when I didn't have a car. I have co-workers who literally would be like, you need me to take you home? No, you don't need to get on there. Not like, I thank them for taking me home, or you want to ride with me to work? Like, that was a blessing. And so, you know, I would love to return the favor to other people who are in my, or will be in my old situation with being scared to drive or not being able to drive. Like, people literally were helping me left and right, and I thank God for that. Like, it's been times where I literally will be outside and I'll just be praying, I just wish somebody I knew would stop and pick me up. And I've had like a cousin drive by, so I'm like, y'all, it's been real out here in the field. Like, I just be trying to maintain it because it was a decision that I made with my life. But, you know, being able to drive is a newfound freedom. It opens up doors for jobs. It opens up doors for side hustles. It opens up doors for a lot of things. And no, I couldn't do it right away. Because I used to hear my friend all the time, my BFF coworker, like, girl, I just did Amazon Flex, girl, I just did this, girl. I just be like, dang, if I drove, I could be doing this, I could be making this little side money, you know, saving up, going on trips, doing this. But at that time, you know, that was in 2019, and I still wasn't ready to get my license then. It was like 2020, and I just knew in 2020 I was gonna be a big stepper. COVID steps is a little bit bigger, I see, because COVID shut everything down. But I'm so thankful that the world's getting back to normal, and I pray and I hope that whatever goals that you have when it comes down to relinquishing this fear of driving, that you can definitely hit them. I send my love to y'all because I know the feeling. I had one of my longtime high school friends, when I wrote my status, like, I officially had my license for a week. I had wrote that the week after, you know, I got my license, and she was like, Toy, I'm so happy for you and proud of you because I just got mine last year. And I'm in my head like, I would never thought that, because you know, you see people outside all the time, whether you see them in a car or not. You think that when you don't have your license and you're older, you think everybody else got theirs, and that's not necessarily true. Everybody has something that they're battling or they have a fear of, and you can't just think or assume that everybody has their license because you don't, and y'all the same age and you feel like you should have been had it. So I'm 100% thankful. I'm so happy. Like, I feel so free. I feel so, it's another stress that's added on to me now, trying to figure out what type of vehicle I want. But I'm just so happy I did it, y'all. And I think that for any one of y'all that's going through this, once you get it, once you feel, and I did that too. I looked at people videos like getting your license over 30, getting your license over this age, and it's not many. So that's why I decided to do this, because I think it's more people like I was out there. Like, I've only had my license for like what, almost 3 weeks now. So 2 weeks, yep. So it's like you cannot never ever take away an experience from nobody. Nobody could tell you how you should feel because they drive and you don't. Nobody should tell you how you should feel when you start driving. They've been driving. This is your experience. You be who you need to be in it. Sit in it. Rest in it. Believe in it. Know that you can do it. Understand that this is for your benefit, because freedom and driving and having that privilege, it's a luxury. Like, driving is not a given. It's something that you got to go out there and take. It's something that you got to have. It's something that you got to believe in yourself, because it's a privilege. It really is a privilege. Like, driving, you got your life and other people's lives in your hand, and you have to definitely know how to maneuver and how to do things with it. So I'm so thankful and I'm so happy, and it just makes me smile from ear to ear when I think about everything that I've been through with driving, when I think about every pain, every tear that I shed because I didn't have a license, everything that I felt because I felt like, oh, I just can't leave when I want to leave, or, you know, I can't just go visit this person, I can't just go do this or do that. I have to literally, everybody got to know my business if I want to do something. I can't just surprise this person. I can't just do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always something that you're feeling. Uber made it better. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I got my Uber and I'll tell you later where I'm going, or I'll share with you, or, you know, go surprise somebody. You know, there's been times where I was able to go visit my grandma, get off work, and I'll take an Uber to her house, take an Uber back home. So when I told my grandma, my auntie, I was happy to let them know too, like, I got my license, you know. So it's been a lot. It's really been a good feeling, and it's really been a cool feeling to know that I'm gonna be out here soon doing what I gotta do for me. Y'all hear me? Doing what I gotta do for me. So it's a lot of things that, you know, you are looking forward to, you can look forward to. Don't give up on yourself. Please don't. When you see this video, I need to drink some water. When you see this video, understand that 16 to 36 is 20 years. 20 years of me telling myself I'm supposed to have my license. I could do it. I'm worth it. I'm this. 20 years of me saying, well, I never drive, forget it. Even when I would give myself a pep talk and say, Toya, you need to learn how to drive. You can't be vulnerable out here. You a grown woman that needs to know this and that. Then it would go to, I don't even want to drive. I don't even care. Da, 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 da. Uber everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? So, understand that everything takes time. And no matter how much you feel like you could do, that you can't do something, you can. And don't give up on yourself. I know it's plenty of people. I'll be honest. When I told one of my best friends, that's a guy, I had told him, I was like, I want you to take me to go get my permit, because at that time I was looking, it's like that was the only location in Midlothian that was doing stuff for first time drivers, and the location that's near me wasn't. And I remember I was on the internet, I'm like, well, I'm gonna need somebody to drive me out there. And I knew I wasn't gonna ask my siblings because they gotta work, and at that time my best friend was off. And I remember telling him, I was like, can you take me to the DMV? He was like, to do what? I'm like, because I want to get my permit, I need to take the written test. And his exact words was that he asked me, because I asked him about the time, he asked me, he said, BFF, what do you need? And I was like, I have to go to Midlothian to take my written driver's test. He's like, oh, doing the driving thing again. Okay, cool. So I feel like he didn't really feel like I was going to do it. He didn't really feel like I was going to really get my license. I think he literally was like, oh, she on this move again. What's up? And you know, you have people that's going to think that, because I can hear his voice. But he was like willing to. But when I found out that the one close to me was doing it, I was like, I don't need nobody to take me nowhere no more. Thank you. You know, I've always been that person. If I could figure out how to do it on my own, I'm never going to ask for help. And that's a gift and a curse. But I know it's people. I know it's plenty of people who see me get my license that wrote me off and was like, that girl ain't gonna never drive. Tuh. Baby, I'm gonna be so out in these streets. Let me tell y'all something. Driving, I might start off driving Miss Daisy, and I'm gonna be the Miss Daisy I'm driving. You feel me? Baby, when I tell you, I'm gonna be at every brunch, lunch, party, dinner, function, gala, whatever it is, I'm gonna be out here in these streets, because it's a lot of things I missed. Family functions, I'm gonna try my best to make it to, because it was a lot of family functions I missed. Going to like spend time with family more after seeing what's like happening with COVID and stuff. Like, I'm in these streets once I get my car, and my goal is, I know my goal, I have a goal, like goals. Do y'all hear me? Goals. Do not give up on yourself. We can do it. Over 30, at 30, 25, 21, even if you're 16, 17 and you're scared, you see this video, you can get your license pretty much at any age where you are able to drive, where the state is not going to penalize you or be like, well, you're 80 years old, no, we can't do that. Or, you know, like, I don't even know if people that old got their license. They probably have. But don't give up on yourself, please. Whatever you do, do not give up on you, because at the end of the day, you are going to hate the fact that you gave up on yourself. Like, it's days and times where I just be like, I could have been 6 years in if I just was stuck with it. But that's not the calling on me. That wasn't the time for me. This is the time for me. And I'm not giving up on myself. And if you feel like this is your time and you're like, your heart and your mind aligned, and you know that this is what you want to do, please do it. Please do it. And don't let your fear overtake you anymore. Before I even came into driving, I was praying. I was writing it down on my little bulletin board, and I was putting it down on paper, and I was writing it down saying, girl, you gotta get your license. Like, we don't got time to play no more. So yeah, you have to literally sit back and you have to write it down, and you have to pray about those things. And nobody that I know knew right away. Like, it was I only had one person that knew. Then it went from one person to like two. Then it went to me telling more of my family. But it was like I asked my friends for their prayers and everything. And to know that when I look at somebody be like, can I see your ID? And baby, it ain't just to state ID. Your girl got a license, like, here you go. I take pride in being able to show that, because I came a long way. And when you feel like some shit almost broke you, almost made you feel like you couldn't do it, like no matter how much you tried, like you just felt like this is not for me, and you got it, and it was a goal, and it was something you always wanted to do, that is the most fulfilling feeling ever, to know that you could do something that you never thought you could do. And y'all, I got other goals I gotta hit, and I can't wait to hit those goals. And it's starting, like, after this week, it's back on my grind. And even if you have to do that, like, document your stuff, write it down. Today I was able to drive this many miles per hour. I went from 25 on Monday to 35 on Tuesday. I went from, like, take down your progress. Take down what you need to make you feel comfortable and feel good about what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. You only get one. And you have to do the things that make you, number one, happy. Number two, step out of your box into your full happiness. And number three, make you better. I feel like driving can't do nothing but make me a better person, make me better, because it is giving me more opportunities to move around, and I don't have to wait on nobody else's time or do this and that. Because that's another thing, like I said in my previous video, too, when you always have to go somewhere with somebody, it sometimes feels like a burden. And I never probably told nobody that, I don't think. But there was times where I felt like, dang, I wish I could just go on my own. And then thank God for Uber, because there's a lot of places that I have been on my own. But like, it's certain things like Christmas shopping. I was on a lot of online shopping, because it's like, don't get me wrong, I found deals. But I didn't have a license. I wasn't driving. And I didn't always have now, y'all, I'm going to be honest. I've Christmas shopped my butt off on the bus. I have. It's been times where, you know, I still was online shopping, but if something needs to be taken back and brought, I did that. Literally go to work, go where I went, do this, do that. I've done that. But it started to kind of weigh down on you, because you got other aspects of life where you're wondering if somebody watching you, they're going to try to rob you, they're going to try to do this. It was a lot. But you know, you don't always want to be like, can you, would you, are you? People want their own space. People want to be able to take a ride down and into the park or the lakefront, or, you know, they want to clear their heads. And I know a lot of people sacrifice for me, and I appreciate their sacrifice. I appreciate the people that was like, you know what, she want to go and I want to go, and even if I feel bad, I'm still gonna go. You know what, I know it's people that did that. It's my birthday. I know it's people that sacrifice to say, I drive Toya to the location that she want to go to. I know that has happened. Before my sister started driving, was my best friend. My brother done did it before for me. Like, I already know. So I'm so excited, and I know it's not like the process starts immediately, and then my little voice immediately, but it's starting. And y'all, I cannot tell y'all how much that means to me. I cannot tell y'all the feeling it brings me to know that I got it and I did it. And I want you guys to do it too. I don't want you guys to give up on yourself. Because once you give up on you, it takes a lot sometimes to believe in yourself again. And it takes a lot not to look at situations and be mad at yourself or upset with yourself that you didn't do what you felt like you should be doing. So that's my time, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was encouraging. I hope it was inspiring. I hope that you guys can understand that getting your license is going to be a new opening to life for you, and always. And once you get your car, because you can't get a car without a license. Some people might be able to, but once you get your car, that's a whole new world. The titles, the this, the that, the insurance, the all that, that's a whole new world, y'all. But I'm preparing to step into that world. So yeah, I thank y'all again. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, ask me anything you feel about the experience, and I hope I can be as helpful as I can, so that you know you can see more about what is going on with driving. But I just want y'all to know that driving is amazing. Getting your license is an amazing accomplishment. Now, driving is a privilege, so don't take it for granted. I know I'm not, and with all that we've been through to try to get these licenses, baby, we ain't gonna take it for granted. We ain't trying to lose these licenses. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Y'all, excuse my little nappy ponytail. It's been enough for like a week. I've been just jilling it down and putting that, but again, y'all, like, share, subscribe, comment, and believe in yourself. Don't lose faith in you. Don't lose faith in your progress. And again, don't lose faith in your progress. I don't care if you accelerated from 20 miles to 21 miles the next day. That's progress. So have a blessed night, a blessed day, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. I hope that I can help. I hope I was helpful. I hope I encouraged some people, and I hope that you will come back to my channel for another video. Deuces.